This is the evening of Friday, the ninth day of January 2026. You may not like the way I talk, you may not like the way I put things, the way I come real in so many issues. But the fact that you can't take away from all these things is that the reality is hitting on people so hard that they can't even understand what is going on any longer in Nigeria. Now, I saw this news firstly on Sahara Reporters, and this was what it reads. Exclusive Castina government seeks court's help to free 70 suspected bandits as part of the peace deal, secret later revealed. Now, let me explain this topic a little for you. Some time ago, they were the group of ISIS. They said they are bandits. You know, when they call bandits in Nigeria, they mean terrorists. These people who kidnap, who kill, who bomb, and all those things. So 70 of them were, arrested. They were linked to ISIS. Now, they are under trial. They are under trial. The Castina government is now writing letter to the prosecution team that, look at, this will be a part of peace deal. You've got to, withdraw this case and forgive these people, as a part of peace deal for these people to be put into the society. During my live program yesterday, I was talking about, like, there is no sane society that can practice what is going on in Nigeria. That how is it that people are in IDP camp? Just imagine these people now, they have bombed, they seized, they bomb churches. Remember the bomb mosque in Castina State, killing 30 people? That mosque where one is Zamfara, one is Castina, where the imam was condemning the peace deal, saying that these bandits should face, they should face charges, they should face what they have committed, and the penalty should be leveled on them. They bombed the mosque. Why did he make such statement? So now, the governor is now trying to initiate a peace deal for the case that is in court. And during the time Nnamdi Kanu was in court, a lot of people tried to actually persuade the government, let this man go. That most things you said he committed, he did not commit it. But we understand the political aspect of his case that led to his conviction. Now, I want you to understand, because a lot of people, if they see my videos, what they do like to comment is, Okocha, what is the solution? Enough of talking. But I'm going to tell you that I've not started talking. So if you are tired of my talk, I'm sorry, I've not started. Okay? So many people are saying, Okocha, it's enough. Let us think about solution. How many times am I going to tell you about the solution? Now, these are principles of peace deal trying to see. Sheikh Ahmed Gumi made a statement, said these people are our people. Incumbent governor of Zamfara said, Dauda Lawa said, we know these people, we know their family, we know where they're coming from. Like, this is our people. What you watching me fails to realize is that, listen, in this country, it's not supposed to be one. These people have the same value system, the same culture, the same ideology with these people you are calling terrorists. The difference between so many people in the government house and people in the bush is that some persons are in the bush, some persons are in the government house. There is no different. There is no different at all. We have terrorists in the government. Time, evidence, and events has proven this statement to be 100% correct. Can't you listen to former chief of army staff, former army generals? They come to national television just to free you, to tell you the truth that this is what is going on. Now, I am going to analyze this article for you because, this is insane. It's insane because a lot of you were thinking that let us capture these terrorists, let us sentence them, let us take them to court. You don't know that these people who are sponsoring them have another plan. So when you are planning to sentence these people, the people who are sponsoring them will always use different means. Now, they are talking about peace deal. Is there any place where peace deal is enshrined in the constitution? What is peace deal? I've explained the meaning of peace deal for you before. It's just a principles of war, okay? A principles of war. So it's so disheartening. Let us understand what this article is, and I'm going to analyze it, paragraph by paragraph. Now, a fresh controversy has broken out in Castina State following the surfacing of an official document indicating that the state government initiated steps to secure the release of dozens of suspected bandits currently facing criminal trials. Don't forget that I've elucidated what bandits is. If you are watching my video and you are not from Nigeria, when you hear bandits, they are talking about terrorists, okay, like ISIS and the rest of them. Now, the document, a letter dated January 2nd, 2026, and classified as secret, was issued by the Castina State Ministry of Justice and addressed to the Chief Judge of the state. It shows that the ministry requested the intervention of the Administration of Criminal Justice Monitoring Committee to facilitate the release of the detained suspects. Signed by the Director of Public Prosecutions, Abdurrahman Omar Esquire, the later disclosed that a list containing the names of 48 individuals accused of various banditry related offenses had been forwarded to the Ministry of Justice by the Ministry of Internal Security and Home Affairs. Now, another correction. In Nigeria, when you hear about banditry activities, they are talking about kidnapping, killing, bombing. But in a normal definition of banditry activities, it ought not to be terrorism. Okay. Now, why is it that these people were labeled bandits? They were labeled bandits because the people who are sponsoring them, who are in government, understand the implication of calling them bandits, so that people will see them like they are not committing grievous offenses. So it's a mechanism they employ to make sure that these terrorists will be exonerated from their crimes. So that was what transpired. Now let's go on. According to the data, the proposed release of the suspect is aimed at facilitating their release from detention as one of the conditions precedent for the continuance of the peace accord deal signed between the frontline local government and the bandits. Now, I told you and I explained vividly the three principles of, extremist war, of conquering people, of eliminating cultures and values. I talk about the principles of infiltration. I talk about this Ahudabia, that is the principles of peace deal. And I also talk about the principles of deception, or what people refer to as takia. Okay, now I've explained these things in my previous videos. Let us continue with this. The Ministry of Justice further revealed that while a handful of the suspects have been arraigned before the Federal High Court, most remain in detention waiting trial at various magistrate courts across Katsina State. The later also disclosed that a separate list of about 22 inmates currently facing trial before different high courts in the state was submitted with the aim of having them released under the same peace agreement. The ministry urged the chief judge to take necessary actions, arguing that the matter falls within the statutory power of the Criminal Justice Monitoring Committee under Section 3712 of the Administration of Criminal Justice Law of Katsina State 2021. The disclosure has sparked outrage and concerns among legal practitioners and civil society groups who warn that releasing suspects accused of serious crimes such as banditry could undermine rule of law, deny victims justice, and embolden criminal groups. This is just exactly what I explained yesterday. I was talking about, look at our people in the IDP camps. No hospital, no enough food, no good water, like no education. These people have been degraded. Their crime is that they were born and brought up from Nigeria. But the people who chased them to the IDP camps, who burned their houses, these people are enjoying the dividends of their crimes, in a perverse manner, because this is not, they're supposed to be in prison, as the penalty of their crime. But contrary is the case. They are now being integrated into the society. They are now being empowered. Like, you look at the Borno State budget for Boko Haram for 2 years, it's getting to 12 billion naira. Go and fact check what I'm saying. Why? Because they know that the people who are tired of staying in the bush, Boko Haram members, if they're hungry, they can just come out to say, government, we are repenting. So you know what the government got to do? They will just release money, and they say they are in the process of radicalization. And so this is all bullshit. It's all game plan. This is all game plan. But the ordinary people will not understand this. And when you talk, they said you are talking too much. Look at the people who are innocent are still there. Do you know the pressure America put, a lot of people put, to making sure that Sunday Jackson will be pardoned? Upon his pardon, I know these things are processes. They have not released him yet. So sad. Now, critics contend that although peace initiatives are important, negotiating to release of suspects already in custody, some of whom are standing trial, raises serious constitutional, ethical, and security concerns. As of the time of filing this report, the Katsina state government had not publicly explained what legal safeguards, if any, will guide the proposed releases, nor clarified whether victims of the alleged crimes were consulted as part of peace process. The development adds to growing national debate over the use of negotiated settlements with armed groups and Nigeria's worsening security crisis. This is the end of the article from Sowore Reporters newspaper. Now, you see, what is the solution? I know that is what people would like to ask. I've said this time with that number. It is not a crime that someone is suggesting or someone is rooting that every ethnic groups or people who have common values should have a place they call a nation. That is the definition of a nation. Not people who have opposites. Not people who don't believe in one thing. You don't believe in one education. That is number one red flag of being in one nation. Like these people don't believe in Sharia school and Sharia law. Like me, I don't believe in Sharia law. And the rest, people don't believe in Western education. Like they don't believe it. How can we flow together? Now, religion is not supposed to be a major problem. But because some factors, people who believe that their religion is supposed to be all over the world, their religion is supposed to be only one true religion. So any other person could be referred to as infidel. So they've gone to burn houses, burn churches, do all those things. This extremism, in this aspect is not that palatable. It is prohibited in a common law. So because of that, the tension in Nigeria will continue to grow. The terrorism will continue to grow fast because the people in power wouldn't want you to kill their own people. Like they tell you that these people are our people. There is nothing you can do about that. So these are the issues we are facing, and it is very sad. And when I mean very sad, I'm serious about it. It is very sad. So my suggestion is that everyone got to knock out of this country. This might not sound so good to you now, but listen, reality is going to be done on you, and it might make sense to you next year, next 2 years, or 4 or 5 years. This thing will make sense to you. Okay. Former Nigerian soldier Awumbi, who always come to this platform, was telling us just yesterday here. He was part of the Nigerian soldiers who went to Yugoslavia for UN peacekeeping mission, and he explained a lot of things after the communist country fell, and the Bosnia and Herzegovina. So Bosnia and Herzegovina is now a country, but they were in the same country with Croatia, with the Crimea that Russia have seized now, with Slovakia and all those countries. So they wanted to just do the things that some persons are doing in Nigeria, like we determine who rule, we determine the law that they pass, like we are the owner of this country. So that led to a little bit crisis. But it's Europe. They understand civilization. They understand what it means to jam-pack people who don't have the same value in one country. So they've got to separate. So after they separated, everywhere now, look at Croatia is already in European Union. It's already in Schengen area. Like prosperity in that area, in that zone. This is what we suggest that Nigeria should look into. Like, let us go in our separate ways. It's not a crime for someone to say that they want to go in their separate ways because this thing will continue. Okay, if criminals are being held at the federal stage, the federal government will release them. At the state level, they will release them. But people who do not commit, a weighty part of the law against, did not commit something against the weighty part of the law, these people have been sentenced to death, sentenced to life imprisonment. It doesn't work like that. There is no prosperity in view. Having money is not prosperity. Enough money is not prosperity. Okay. Look at all our good money. 90% of them is into terrorism, global terror financing. What are they using our good money for? Bandits, terrorists, doing the mining in conjunction with the Chinese firm. Where is the money going? You get to Dubai, you see Nigerian gold. Like, what the hell is this? We have shops where they sell gold, pure golds. But Nigeria is not benefiting anything from it. But everybody focus on the oil in the south. It is what it is. It's important I say my mind, and I understand that posterity will judge me fair because we are all guilty of this situation we are in. So I am saying that Nigeria not becoming one country will go a long way to solving this problem. So I don't get to know what other people are thinking, but if this does not happen, give this place just few years to come. It is going to turn into another thing. And I pray it will not be too late before you understand what I'm saying. Thanks for listening.